So, Laney, why don't you walk us through what happened on the day that you and Mabel took a little helicopter ride here?
Okay, so the whole reason I came was she was making a sound at home when she was breathing, and I recorded it, sent it to the doctor, and he said, "Get up there as fast as you can." So she had labored breathing and was running a high fever. She got up to 103. And when we made it up there, and we had been told this before, but typically a local hospital doesn't really know what to do with a kid like this because they are so specialized, and they got her stable, they got her fever down, but they were like, "You can't stay here. You're going to have to head to Dallas." And so they called in the Flight for Life people, and they came and started getting her ready to go. These guys were really, really sweet to her. And come to find out, the guy that's pushing in the very back right there, I'm friends with his wife, and I didn't even realize it until after the fact. But so here we are. We're getting ready to get on the helicopter, and my heart's starting to kind of beat a little bit faster here because I'm like, okay, it's getting real. We're about to get in a helicopter. I've never been in one before, but I just knew that this is what had to happen. You know, I guess you kind of go into survival mode, and you're like, I have no other choice. I have to do this for my kid. You know, you'll step in front of a high-speed vehicle if you have to. You know, you just do whatever you have to do for your child. And I wouldn't, on a normal day, prefer to take a helicopter ride, but I just knew that that's what I had to do. And so, in fact, my back was really hurting that day too, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to really drive there without hurting my back. And I was hoping I could, get there without being in a lot of pain. And so here we are about to get on, and I didn't know if it was okay to video, and so I was just kind of holding my phone in front of me and not really taking the best video.
That's what you do.
But yeah, I mean, I was like, I really want to record this because this is crazy. So
Let's hear some of this guy's instruction to you right here.
Yeah.
And be cautious about this too. This right here is a jettison handle.
When he said that, I was like,
Hello.
oh, Lord, please don't let me shoot out of the front of this helicopter on the way to Dallas.
Surely it'll be fine. Listen how fast he runs through the seatbelts for you.
Well, yeah, and because they have to, because you're in an emergency situation and you have to get where you're going, but he's got to go through all that, through all that stuff. At this point, I was just like, all right, let's just get this over with and get in here and get to Dallas. I mean, I knew that's where she was going to get the care that she needed. So, like I said, I didn't say this, but I did feel a little bad for videoing because I didn't have permission to, but I really wanted to catch some of it. And the guy was really nice about me videoing, and he told me I could video, but I just could not be basically connected to the internet. So that was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I turned off the Facebook Live at that point, and then just freely videoed some of the takeoff and flying.
Yeah, so you were doing Facebook Live up to this point.
Right.
That's
The
right.
Facebook Live had ended.
So how are you feeling about it right now? Like that engine is starting up and it's really revving up.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's like, yeah, I'm nervous, but at the same time, as a mom, you're just in survival mode, and you know that you have no other choice in that moment. There's not options. You're just going where you know you have to go, and
right.
I guess you get brave. You get brave as a mom. You just go, we have to do this. There isn't any other choice. It's not like we have to sit here and weigh options. The doctor says you have to leave. So this is cool. This is a friend of mine who caught this video from her office. She works, I guess, at the medical plaza.
Yep.
And so she caught us taking off, which is cool.
That's cool. That's long view around the hospital there.
Mm-hmm. And it was very hot. It was very, very hot. I'd been just, working all day at the house and doing the homeschooling thing and cleaning thing and cooking thing, and so I didn't have any makeup on. I was just in my house clothes really, and I had jeans on, and I was so hot. It was so hot in there, and I just remember thinking, I hope I don't get sick in here because And I had the air just like blowing on me. Okay, and here we are coming up over downtown Dallas. I wanted to catch that because that's the Reunion Tower right there. I thought that would be cool to see.
Yeah, that is cool. Very, very
But-
cool. I mean, I'm glad that you caught all this.
So the flight was 55 minutes. The pilot was really nice, and he made conversation with me on the way there and just kind of set me at ease. And then in our headsets, we could talk to the paramedics in the back. I don't know if that's their official title, but I could just say, "Hey, how's she doing back there?" And they're like, "She's good." And it's funny because they said, "Oh, don't worry. As soon as she gets on here," because she was crying, they said she'll be asleep. Like babies fall asleep on here. And so when I said, "How's she doing?" like 45 minutes into the flight, they said, "Well, she's just sitting here looking at us."
Wide awake.
She never went to sleep. She just was, her sweet little face was just staring at them. And
She has such a sweet demeanor.
She does. And of course, everybody that was interacting with her just loved her and thought she was awesome. And so here we are, and I was really glad to see this little landing pad because I was super hot and super ready to just get her to her little home away from home because we've grown accustomed to Children's Hospital and
Yep.
very confident in what they do there, and it just felt like it was just the big sigh of relief, like this is where all the heart specialists are, because she's not just a baby with Down syndrome. I mean, she's a baby with a heart problem, and people come from all over the world to come to this hospital that have congenital heart defects. So this right here is kind of funny because as we were coming down for a landing, I thought he was supposed to land in that circle, and I was like,
What's going on?
are we gonna make it?
Still
I thought he
going.
got pretty close to the edge, but
yeah.
I just kept telling myself, just trust the pilot, he knows what he's doing. But look, you can see there, we're like
Y'all
probably
still setting down.
we're still trying to come down. We're probably 5 feet away from the very edge. And I thought, well, I guess the worst case scenario, if he doesn't make it, we'll just go back up. I don't know. So we're off, and that wind was blowing really hard, but it was hot too, hot wind. So, and then we rolled into the hospital
Yeah.
and went straight to ICU, and they wouldn't let me back there. And so I had to wait in the waiting room.
That's rough.
Yeah, which stunk, but at the same time, you're just in survival mode and just going, okay, you're just letting everyone just lead you, and you're just in that moment, you're in the hands of professionals who know what they're doing, and you just followed instructions and you trust God. So, and then they brought me back there, and they had hooked her all up. Her fever was already down. They had her on oxygen, and we were out 5 days later.
5 days, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5 full days because she couldn't keep her sats up when she slept. She would dip down into the 70s, and that's called desatting, and they weren't going to let her go home until she could keep it up.
So explain
own.
her sats. Like
I
that's
don't really know. Yeah.
it's saturation levels.
Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it.
It's
I
like
just know
blood
that was the number
oxygen.
that I'm looking for
Right.
on the screen, and it was the middle number. There was like 3 numbers to look at.
I think it's blood oxygen saturation.
Okay,
Maybe, I don't
probably.
know.
And it had, for her, with her specific heart condition, she had to be 85 or higher. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
And this little sickness postponed her surgery, her heart
It
surgery.
did. She had paraflu is what they ended up diagnosing her with, and any virus delays surgery. Like, she can't have any virus or any sickness 6 weeks prior to surgery.
Yeah. But they took very good care of her the whole way, didn't they?
They did. I was really
And
impressed with
you were
the
debating
team.
on whether or not to take her to the hospital that day because you just didn't want to overreact. But
our medical team said it's time.
yeah,
Especially after they heard her breathing. I'd recorded some breathing, and the pediatrician said, get up there as quickly as you can.
yep. Glad that you did.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
You're
I just thought
welcome.
it'd be cool to show that video and find out what you were feeling as you were flying it. Well, and the whole thing.
Thanks for having me on your show.
Anytime.